gonna throw together the cheesy potatoes that we serve here at the Peppercorn Pantry, which are very popular for wedding. We cater weddings, and this is one of the #1 potato options that they request at weddings. But I'm gonna do this especially for my nephew Mark, and so hopefully Mark, you're gonna watch this and learn how to make the cheesy potatoes. So first of all, we're gonna start off by making the sauce for it, and it's just like any other cheesy potatoes that you see out there that your mom or your grandmother made. The only difference here is that we use baked or boiled potatoes with the skins on, and we cut those up. I just feel the texture is better, and I just think it's better. So here, let's cut up some potatoes here, or make up the sauce first. So we're just gonna do the traditional sauce. Like I said, we got a can of cream of chicken soup that we're gonna put in a bowl. And then what I do is I just do equal parts of cream of soup and milk. So I just use the can as a measuring. And then we're going to put in a ½ cup of sour cream. So not any different than your standard cheesy potatoes. I'm gonna whisk it together till it's nice and smooth. Now I'm not going to put any salt or pepper or any garlic in this. You can actually put onion in this also if you want. I think we might do that tonight. I'm going to put it in between the layers of, it's kind of like, I almost put it together as a casserole. So that looks pretty good. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to work on our potatoes. So here's a pre-boiled, unpeeled potato. And I just cut it across a few times. And then in half like that. And as big or as tiny as you want the pieces. Is what we do. And then I just put it in our, this is a greased baking dish. And I'm going to do half of the potatoes. And then we'll layer it. Just like that. Let's do one more for sure here. Get a fork and just kind of break these up a little bit. So just so the liquid, the cream of chicken soup and sour cream and milk mixture can coat all the pieces of potatoes. Okay, this is where I season it. So I'm going to take a little bit of salt. You can just eyeball it. Pepper. Oop, wrong end. granulated garlic. And I just put garlic on one layer, the first layer, because not everybody likes it. So you don't want to. And then let's sprinkle some onions while we're at it too. All right. So now I'm going to, it calls for 1/2 cup of butter, and because we're doing 2 layers, then I just want to do half of this butter. So I'm just going to make little pieces, and we're going to dot it throughout the potatoes so that butter melts all over. One more. And then we're going to put on half the cheese also. So I've got 2 cups of cheese here. So I'm going to use 1 cup in between the layers here. All right. I'm going to finish cutting the rest of the potatoes and then do another salt and pepper, butter, and cheese. And then I'll show you when I pour the sauce on. All right, I already did my second layer of potatoes, salt and pepper. I don't put garlic salt or granulated garlic on the second layer, nor do I put onions. I just want a little bit of that for those that are sensitive to that. And so we're just gonna very carefully, as you can see, this is very full. We're gonna very carefully pour our sauce in. Sometimes I take the potatoes away from the side so that sauce can pour down there, like that. And as it heats up and bakes, it will run in between all the potatoes, but right now we're just trying to get it in the pan. And I think I'm going to, or I know I'm going to, put a pan underneath this just in case it boils over. You can squeeze in any more sauce here. Do our best here. I think that looks pretty good. Got all of it. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have to be careful. We're gonna have to put that on a pan, I think. It might be all right. All right, so there we go. So potatoes, butter, cheese, salt and pepper, another layer of potatoes, salt and pepper, and cheese and butter, dabs of butter. I'm going to wrap this really tight with aluminum foil, put it in an oven at 350 for, this is going to take a little bit because you just really want it to bake and just melt and get all gooey, and even my husband likes it, the brown stuff on the outside, so I might bake it a little longer than I would if I was doing it for somebody else. So I'm guessing a good hour, if not an hour and a half. So 350, hour and a half, I'll check it, and then when I feel that's good, I'll show it to you. So I just took the cheesy potatoes out of the oven, and it did take a good hour and a half probably. And I did put a pan underneath, goodness, because I did overfill it a little bit. So here you go, Mark. This is what you're after, right? Yummy cheesy potatoes. All gooey and bubbly. Anyway, so those are our cheesy potatoes from the Peppercorn Pantry in the cookbook Where Friends Gather.